Hello everybody and welcome along to the Love Entrepreneurs podcast. Yes, Jamie, we're recording already. And this week we're talking to the amazing Jamie Collins, aka the Excel Ninja of the Excel Ninja. The one and only, but who knows, maybe in the future there may be more. A platoon of ninjas going through the night. And yes, I'm being very over the top, Jamie. You can stop me whenever you like. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks, Amenity, yeah.
Good.
All right.
I'm trying to get us raring to go for this. I'm trying to really hype you up here.
Cool. Yeah.
This is what I'm here for. But anyway, Jamie, so you're the Excel Ninja. Give us an introduction to what the Excel Ninja is and what you do.
Okay, so basically 25 years ago I started doing Excel stuff or data stuff. I was a data analyst for a toy company that no longer exists.
Oh, okay.
Yes, at the head office. So I started for trainee and got moved up to manager eventually of the department and became expert on everything. They thought what I did was magic. So I extracted data out of the system and putting out to everybody. Moved on from there to do a year's worth of temping jobs just to expand my thing. And then went back in the toy trade, worked for a manufacturer for 10 years. Also doing analysis and Excel and anything to do with that and training. And so, and then I took voluntary redundancy, moved to Cornwall, kind of set up the business. It was kind of sitting in the background while I did other stuff. And then COVID hit and I thought, well, I can't do the other stuff, so I'll get the business up and running. So, yeah.
Okay, well, that's brilliant. I mean, I was just asking what the business was and what you did. But you've already answered my second question. I've got the second question is, no, it's fine. It's great. It just condenses everything. It's fabulous. I was going to say, who are you and what do you enjoy doing, etc., but you've answered all of that anyway. Well, okay. Oh, God, I'm lost. Help me. No. But yeah.
I actually said what the business does with it, but I suppose it's kind of, so it's magic, it's Excel.
Yeah. I mean, so what is it about Excel? Like, is it seen as kind of a weird foreign language to some people, or is it? Because I mean, I know when people tried to teach me about Excel or something in secondary school, we had a couple lessons on it in an IT class or whatever. You know, the thing that struck me is, oh my God, it looks so boring. Like, just, you know, the layout and everything. There's nothing fun about it. So is that maybe something that you have to overcome with the people that talk to you, or?
Yes, I suppose.
Is that what turns them off, I guess, from Excel?
Yes, I think it is. They just see it's a tool at first, and they just think, well, I have to use it either for an accountancy purpose in a small company, or just sort if they've got products and needs a list of products. It's a great way of putting lists. It's a good way of keeping ideas. It's a good way of summing things up quickly instead of using the calculator. Although I have heard someone actually use Excel and then type sum up with a calculator, which was bit disconcerting. So it can look boring, it can look a bit overwhelming, but if you really get into it and you start playing around with it, it actually has really good functionality, graphs, everything, and then you can really make it go dazzle and make it do automation through. So I can just look, even just things like year to date. You've got a monthly breakdown. As soon as you put the next worth of data in, it works out what the next month year to date is against last year, and it all, there's lots of fancy little functionalities you can put in.
So is that the mission of you, the Excel Ninja? Is it to uncover the amazement behind Excel, or what it can do, rather than people thinking, oh, it's a manual, you know, boring, this, that, the other? I mean, what's your mission here? What's your end goal?
My end goal is to either take over other people's Excel projects, because people can do, like I said, most companies do use it, but they waste time doing it. So if a small company might have just one or two people doing it, and they're spending evenings, weekends, stuck updating their Excel. Yeah. Or doing a one project which takes them 3 days, which I can do in 10 minutes, that type of thing. And it pains me that they're wasting so much time, because they end up hating Excel.
Right, okay.
So that's one side of it. The other side is training. So if someone does want to become really good at it, I will do what's called bespoke training, because there's so many training courses out there. Lots of them are free. You can go to YouTube. So many people out there trying to train people. But like I did 2 weeks ago with a ex-colleague from my previous job, she came to me and said, I just need to know how to do pivot tables for these two files. I get sent one daily and one weekly. I can't make the pivot table work. So I literally went through in half an hour and showed her how to do pivot tables for that one bit.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, do you watch, or do you like just in your spare time? You're like, oh, let's see what the tutorial people have in store. You know, that you look at a tutorial on Excel or
I
something
do
on YouTube,
actually, yes.
and then you're like, hey, actually, I've got like a shortcut that can do it in 10 minutes rather than what you tried to explain in 20. You know, something like
Exactly, yeah. It's quite painful watching other people explain things. I mean, I looked at the pivot table stuff, seeing what's out there, because some people say, oh, you should write a book on it. And then you go, well, actually, there's about 25 books already out there. So I looked at one and I downloaded it and I went, for starters, you're confusing everybody saying it's Excel is actually a database. And it's not. It's kind of is, because the table format goes into database.
Yeah.
But unless you understand databases as well as Excel, you're confusing people. Stop calling it a database.
Yeah, and then you just end up having to teach them the difference, which is a massive difference to the point where you don't have to call it a database at all. But
exactly, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Excel has developed over the years. It was very simple. It's become more and more complicated. There's some really sticky bits they still haven't fixed with it.
Okay, so I mean, are they ever going to fix it? Are they still updating Excel? Because it's been around for so long now.
It has, yeah. And they probably will, but whether or not someone's come back to them and saying, that really is annoying, why haven't you fixed it yet, I don't know.
You should walk into the Windows offices and karate chop your way through the walls and say, Excel is a terrible garbage mess and I need it simplified. You know, I mean, who knows that? I mean, you've been using it for so long, maybe you could be that person to literally
karate. I could be, yes,
you know.
Yeah. You would think someone sorted it, yeah. There's been some other, companies trying to reproduce it. I mean, Google Sheets is we always call it poor man's version of Excel. It's getting better. They can't make it completely the same as Excel because of IP and stuff. So it's never going to be the same. Some people like
it's
Google
diet
Sheets.
Excel. It's diet.
It is, yes.
It's like similar. It's all the stuff, but kind of just watered down a little bit and not as good.
And in a completely different place. So when you go to work and say, I need to, where's it gone? I can't find it. So
So you end up like thinking it's the format of Excel, and then you end up finding out the secrets of the universe instead, and you're like, this isn't what I came here for. So
exactly, yeah.
So who are you, and what do you enjoy doing, Jamie? Like on this podcast we like to delve into the personalities behind the stuff, and I really want to know: are you like secretly an acid house rave DJ like Tom Bennett was, in the 90s, or? No, he really was. Tell us some of what do you like to do?
Oh my God. Well, I think thing that most confusing most people is like they're going to look at this and go, hang on, how could you done Excel for 25 years when I look 30? You see, that doesn't work. So I'm a lot older than I look, for starters. Okay. I do remember the 80s.
As we were talking about just earlier.
Yes. And my favourite band from the 80s is a-ha.
Oh, okay. Interesting choice. Yes. Interesting.
Well, yeah, still going. They were touring. They've got a new album out next year. Yeah, they're still going.
No, it's just a-ha. It's just for some reason I kind of feel like they take a bit of a backseat in 80s music. I always got Wham mixed up with a-ha when I was a bit younger for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're similar time, so yeah. Similar-ish music at that point, but they went in a completely different direction. a-ha's now listed as alternate rock, so that's something.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll ping you a couple of their latest songs to look at later.
And anyway. Can you reach the notes of Take On Me? I just need to know.
No. No, I don't have a 6-octave voice. In fact, I can't sing generally anyway. I can lip sync it brilliantly.
Oh, sure.
I can't sing it. Yeah. I've lost count how many times I've seen them in concerts, so yeah. Anyway. So I'm an 80s girl. So, yeah.
Do you collect 80s stuff then? Do you have, like, what I have, like, lots of VHS cassettes and stuff that you just collect because you're mad on the decade?
I don't collect them because I'm from the 80s, so they're just there.
Okay, so you... rid of them. Yeah, you lived through it, so it's like, they just seem like obsolete.
So I still have, yeah. I mean, I've still got one big a-ha picture on my wall. It was given to me for a significant birthday by my family. It's too big. It's huge. It's... Yeah.
Like a giant poster.
It's canvas, but yeah, my family did it for me. I can't show you because it's copyrighted as well. They need a picture, a photo. They shouldn't have done. I went, I know what the photo is. Anyway, so I'm so very into the 80s, a-ha stuff. I don't wear the clothes because the clothes are just dire.
No shell suits, Jamie Collins. I'm so disappointed.
I know, yes. Well, as you know, Jamie Collins is not actually my birth name. I changed my name 2 years ago, legally.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I identify as non-binary. So, although I don't, not over worried if people get the pronouns wrong. So, I'm not
Okay.
that.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. No, interesting little bit of an introduction to you. No, I mean, obviously, I could delve into that and we could talk for an hour or more, you know,
We
about
could, yes,
all the 80s stuff and whatnot, but we must resist. We must continue. So, moving on, where do you see the XL Ninja going in the future? Or where would you like your business and your idea to go? You know, in 5 years' time, where do you want to be?
I don't want to employ anybody as such.
Okay.
But I would like to have other associates, sort of collaborate. So there's other ninjas out there. So I'd like to get to the point where I can actually turn work down because I'm too busy and go, oh, this person is very good at pivot tables. Yeah, you want them, or this person is more of an accountant. You want that person. So yeah, I'd like to get to a point where I can just have so much work. I was going, I'm sorry, too busy. Come back in maybe 3 months' time and something like that. So yeah.
You know what you could also do? You could have, you could really... I'm sorry, I know you don't like shell suits, but I've just got this idea in my head now. No, alright, look, hear me out. You've got Mr. Tom Bennett, the bespoke tailor. Everybody's bespoke. They just slap the word bespoke on it and they think it's... No, seriously, there's a bespoke pizza place down the road from me. I'm like, the flip. Anyway, so...
It's the cool new word.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, let's just slap bespoke on there and it'll sound good. No, but you could have, a full black, 80s shell suit with like white, ties or whatever they call them, these ties things. And on the back you could have, XL Ninja or some kind of logo or something on the back, in the red, orb that you've got on your headband and whatever. You could totally make this a thing. I know you had to live through it, but you could totally make this a thing. If you wanted to.
Oh dear.
Maybe I'm just projecting my nerdiness of the past onto you.
Just wear black. I can get away with just wearing black. Just not with the shell suit, really,
not
so
with
much.
The shell suit.
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. No. I avoided it in the 80s. I think I avoid it now, really.
Okay, well, I'll work on it. I'll prove you wrong. I'll make you love shell suits eventually, I promise. I don't wear them anymore, but I used to have, like, bright pink and neon colours. But anyway, no, so, brilliant. So is there anything else you'd like to say on this podcast before we wrap up? Because generally, we've covered everything we need to cover.
Okay. I like to say inspire people. I mean... I don't know, you were the Big Fix. I explained what happened to me 8 years ago and why I changed my whole life and everything else. So,
well, if you want to tell that story here, feel free to.
Okay, so, obviously I had breast cancer. Went through a year of hell and decided to change my life. I was a bit weird beforehand, as in a bit rebellious. I had piercings and tattoos, yada, weird hair colours. But I was still a bit boring and I don't know what the first, just wasn't living my true life.
Okay.
So, so after the cancer stuff, I decided, I'm just going to just say yes to stuff, and instead of saying no, and it can be just simple, like going to the cinema on my own.
Yeah. Because
that used to terrify me. And I did that for a lot. I went like every Friday afternoon. I went to the cinema to watch something. And that just got me out of my comfort zone and got me, and then
expanding your horizons.
The next thing, yeah. I was still in Berkshire at the time, so I could get into London and go and see shows, and I used to just go off and just do things, which I wouldn't have done before, because I'm quite reserved, naturally.
Okay, which is surprising, because if you say you're a rebel or you dyed your hair and stuff, I would imagine, this punk going out every night and dancing at the discotheque, which we should totally do sometime. But
yeah, could do. I did all it, but I probably was very quiet about it. I just, I think, am I going to admit to this? For 17 years, I had my nipple pierced.
Okay.
Obviously before the cancer, because all that had to come out.
Yeah.
And obviously I did that even just before I started working as a data analyst. I did that literally about 2 months before I started the job.
Data analyst and nipple piercings. I love the sentence that you just gifted to me. Thank you for that. I've got that in my life now. Yay. Anyway, go, keep going.
Yeah, no, it's the fact that probably most people didn't know that I was wandering around in this, corporate world. Yeah, right. I had a shaved head a lot of the time, and I had my nose pierced, and they probably would have not been too shocked, but surprising they were. The few people that I did tell. But it's thinking back on that, all those years, I had that like a secret, and they didn't know. And I was like really rebellious because a lot of people dye their hair and do tattoos and piercings, but not that kind of piercing.
No. Well, I mean, so this did this lead you to this massive change? What was the turning point in your life? Was it like, I don't know, you heard an album or something, or you just had this is there a physical thing or something that happened that led you to try and turn around or, change your name and do the whole business?
It was progression from recovering from the cancer, and just because I just didn't know certainly how long I had left, basically. So I might as well just go out there and just be completely mad, like getting my helicopter license as well. So that's the captain bit of my name on.
Okay, on your email, yeah, it does say, arrangement. Here's the email written by Captain, and then involving Infinity, etc., etc. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm a legitimate captain. So yeah, I've got my private pilot license for helicopters, so that's cool. That took a long time.
So you want to inspire people with that story?
Yeah, the idea is don't wait until you get ill or something really bad happens to change life. You can change life at any point.
Yeah.
I think we get the point where you leave school, you start your career, and you're stuck. What the best you do is move different companies. But you can actually completely redo your life.
Yeah.
And just do something you want to do. I wanted to become a helicopter pilot when I was a teenager, Airwolf and everything. And I could have done if I pursued it. But I didn't, because that was not how I was brought up. We're a quiet, reserved family. And the nearest we get to helicopters or flying was my dad used to work at Heathrow. For the civil service, he didn't even work for a company. So,
okay. So I mean, honestly though, I think this is you being on this podcast is a testament to how much you've changed and how much you've expanded, and also how much you are constantly still changing and expanding and trying new things and trying different. Because you're here speaking with me and in front of whoever else who may watch this in the future after we are long gone in the year 2095. But it's just I think that's a really amazing thing, and that you consider how far you've come as well from time to time.
Yeah, well, even just the last year. This time last year, I would not have gone on Zoom or anything. I didn't. I don't like my photographs taken. I don't like my videos. I don't like putting voicemail on things. I'm really like sitting behind the computer, being this strange person just does Excel, and then goes out and flies a helicopter.
Yeah, and wears a ninja hairband in his spare time as well. I think it's great, though. I think it's great because it shows that you don't have to be, a lot of people who do something different or do something like that. So, have a lot of self-confidence or need to build up a lot of self-confidence. But you're also you've battled with that, and now you're building the self-confidence and so on, and you're doing it gradually, brilliantly. So I think that's fantastic, and that is a testament to how strong you really are. Anyway, is that all you wanted to say for the finale? I think that's a good place to wrap up, really.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Jamie, for coming on the podcast. Either way, this has been, it's been a very nice, smooth kind of atmosphere. It's been wonderful.
Chilled.
And a very inspiring story to end on as well. I'm sure that people watching this or listening to this will take a lot from that, and you never know.
This could think I'm completely insane, or just need looking up in a lunatic asylum or something.
Hey, I wear sunglasses indoors 24/7, so if you're insane, then I don't know what I am. I'm a flipping basket case of insanity.
There you go.
We're all insane, but it's far more fun to be so. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for watching the Love Entrepreneurs podcast. My name's Infinity Alexander, and I'll see you all next time.